Crime Fighters, the searchlight on crime and criminality. Crime Fighters, the police and you.
Crime Fighters, the police and you is a program designated to foster a better relationship between the Nigerian police force and you. Stay tuned weekly.
Crime Fighters, the police and you. The #1 security program on television.
Welcome once again to the Crime Fighters News. I am Hope Mwejiofo Okafor, and with me is
Christiana Okoronwo.
Now the headlines. Inspector General of Police leads delegation to Republic of Benin over cross-border security arrangements. Police hands over Black Maria vehicles to prison services. And in Ogun, police arrests members of a cross-border robbery gang. Now the details.
In an attempt to further strengthen cross-border security arrangements between Nigeria and her sub-regional neighbors, a highly powerful delegation of Nigerian police chiefs led by the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Emeka Smith, were in Cotonou, the Beninois capital, on a 2-day working visit to their counterparts in that country. The 2-day cooperation-seeking visit, which held between 26 and 28 of June 2001, served as a veritable ground for the security chiefs of both countries to proffer mutually beneficial solutions to the growing cases of cross-border crimes, among which are armed robbery, trafficking in contraband goods and illegal firearms, as well as human trafficking. In his address, the Director General of Police in Republic of Benin, Mr. Raymond Fadonugbo, appreciated the initiatives of the Nigerian delegation for proposing the meeting. He also assured their readiness to cooperate in ensuring the practicability of measures agreed to by both parties. Responding, Mr. Emeka Smith thanked his counterparts from Republic of Benin for the promise made, considering the escalating rate of crime through the border regions.
I'm confident of the resolve of all of us here this afternoon to promote security of lives and property, economic development and prosperity for the West African sub-region in general, and our two countries in particular. Let me conclude by thanking once again the Inspector General of the Republic of Benin for your time, for the cooperation, and the opportunity you have provided for this meeting, which I'm certain will go a long way in changing the crime situation in our two countries.
He also promised assistance to the country's police force in the area of training, exchange programs where and when requested, all for this common goal.
We believe it is necessary as a means of harmonizing operational modalities. Bring our personnel together so that if they have to work on joint patrols, they'll not be strangers to themselves. We may even extend this beyond those who will be doing patrol. There may be some exchange programs.
On the IG's entourage are Mrs. Ojomo, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Mr. Araba, Commissioner of Police Mopo, Tunju Alapeni, Commissioner of Police N-Wing, Mr. Mike Okiro, Commissioner of Police Lagos State, and his Ogun State counterpart, Mr. Yu Ekwudom, among others. The delegation also paid a courtesy call on the President of that country, Mr. Matthew Kereku.
In compliance with directives from the Office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Nigerian Police Force has handed over about 48 serviceable and 33 unserviceable Black Maria vehicles to the Controller General of Prisons, Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed Jamar. In a handing over ceremony that took place at the Police Officers' Mess, Area 11, Gariki in Abuja recently, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Emeka Smith, said that henceforth it will be the onerous responsibility of the prison service to convey and produce accused persons awaiting trial. The Inspector General of Police added that
that in spite of this handing over exercise, Nigerian police will continue to perform its pivotal role in the administration of criminal justice in our country. The prison service pledges its commitment to the success of the ideas which the deaths in my opinion represents and its cooperation to other arms of the criminal justice system.
The handover ceremony will also be performed in all states of the Federation, where commissioners of police in the state commands will comply with the directives to hand over all the Black Maria vehicles in their possession to their respective state controllers of prisons. The Inspector General of Police, however, reassured the Controller General of Prisons of police support and cooperation to ensure that the objective of government's directive is achieved.
The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Emeke Smith, has warned police officers and men against receiving and investigating cases which are civil in nature, stating that such cases are the prerogative of the court. In a circular sent to all commands and formations under the police force, the Inspector General of Police further warned that any police officer who allows himself or herself to be used to intimidate any person or persons, especially in civil matters, will have himself or herself to blame, as the force will no longer condone such unprofessional conduct. The Inspector General of Police then directed an immediate overhauling of investigative machinery at all levels of the force to ensure that they are more functional, efficient, and responsive.
In Ogun, the relentless efforts of the Ogun State Police Command at ridding the state of criminals paid off recently, as several gangs of armed robbers operating across the state were smashed by men of the State Police Command. Parading suspects before crime fighters' crew in Abeokuta, the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Odom, said that
you have been able to arrest 27 hardened, talk about hardened, very hardened armed robbers. International armed robbers. Those that rob vehicles from here and take to other countries to sell.
Some of the paraded suspects confessed to committing the crime, and the police is putting all forces in place to track down some of the members of these gangs who are still at large, especially those based in Nigeria's nearest neighbor to the west, Benin Republic, which has recently turned out to an easy market for cars stolen from Nigeria.
The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Emeke Smith, has approved the construction of 3 new police stations in Kano State Police Command. The new stations are located at Takai, Gobazawa, and the Airport Division of Kano State Police Command. Speaking to crime fighters crew in Kano, the Commissioner of Police Kano State Command, Mr. Yakubu Mohammed Uba, said that
he has built a lot of barracks and is building more police stations.
the police under the present leadership of the force has witnessed a boost in the area of welfare, barracks, accommodation, and construction of new police stations. In a related development, the Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 1, Mr. T.A. Balogu, commending the efforts of the Inspector General of Police, said that the present leadership of the force has done a lot to raise the image of the police in Nigeria to a greater height.
Today, the situation, I must confess, has drastically improved. The morale is fast returning to a situation where you can comfortably say that the Nigerian police force is finding its feet.
Mr. Balogu therefore called on all and sundry to cooperate with the leadership of the force under Mr. Emeke Smith to achieve the target of rendering what he classified as a robust service to the people of Nigeria.
Finally, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Mr. Clement Orimola, in charge of Tolu Police Post, Ajegunle in Lagos, was recently shot dead by armed robbers. Reacting to a distress call, the DSP led a team of police officers in chase of the robbers who were sighted at Tolu area in Ajegunle. And on sighting the police, the robbers opened fire on them, and the police team promptly responded. And in the crossfire that ensued, 3 members of the robbery gang were shot dead by the police, while Mr. Orimola, who sustained gunshot injury, died on the way to Tolu Medical Center where he was rushed to. Meanwhile, efforts are on to track down the fleeing members of the gang. It is on record that for a period of 9 months, about 84 policemen have been killed by robbers, while 133 others sustained gunshot injuries. About 2,080 robbers were arrested by police nationwide, while 718 robbers were killed during various encounters with the police. And that's all from the Crime Fighters News Studio this week. Thanks for being with us.
Stay tuned. The program continues in a moment.
The policeman is your friend. The policeman is a human being with a family. The policeman should be treated with respect.
Crime fighters, the police and you. The Nigeria Police Force, more people friendly.